The mystery of 3I Atlas, a visitor that challenges science. Do you remember where you were on June 14, 2025? Maybe not, but the skies, they remember. On that day, something enormous crossed space, silent, invisible to our eyes until a telescope, isolated in the arid lands of Chile, lifted its lens to infinity and captured a secret atlas, a simple name for a discoverer. But what it found is far from ordinary. It was the beginning of a cosmic mystery that will make us question everything we know about the universe and perhaps even about who inhabits it. Now, picture the scene. Astronomers staring at their monitors, adjusting coordinates, hearts racing, an interstellar object, named 3I Atlas, emerging like an intruder from the frozen depths of space. But what exactly is it? Reports began circulating on July 1st. But why so much silence until then? Coincidence or caution? They knew from the start that this was no ordinary object. The question is, what were they trying to understand before telling us? Here's a detail that might send chills down your spine when something enters our solar system from interstellar space. Every second counts. So why did the first observations take so long to be released? What did they find in the initial images? Hold that thought, because before trying to answer, we need to look back. This is not the first time something strange has appeared among us. Remember ʻOumuamua and 2I Borisov, two mysterious visitors that baffled scientists and still spark daring hypotheses today. Is 3I Atlas following the same pattern? Or is it something entirely different? Get ready, because what I am about to tell you next may change the way you look at the stars. Echoes of the past. Before we dive into the mystery of 3I Atlas, let me ask, how many secrets has space already revealed to us and how many does it still hide? This is not the first time a strange visitor has appeared in our cosmic backyard. In 2017, we had the famous ʻOumuamua, an elongated object spinning like a needle in the void, entering and leaving our solar system without leaving many clues. Only questions, natural or artificial. Avi Loeb, the renowned astrophysicist, suggested it could be alien technology. What if he's right? Then, in 2019, came 2I Borisov with more typical comet-like characteristics. Yet still, an interstellar traveler. 2 cases in less than a decade. Coincidence? Or signs that we are not as isolated in the cosmos as we think? Now, fast forward to 2025. Enter 3I Atlas, the third intruder, and perhaps the most intriguing of all, because it does not behave like anything we know. And what does that mean for us? Hold that thought for a moment. When we discuss its anomalous features, you'll understand why the scientific community is unsettled. Want a small spoiler? No tail, none, for an object of this size. That's almost a scream that something is off. But calm down, we'll get there. And if you think that's all, wait until you hear about the absurd coincidence of its orbit. So improbable that some say it's practically impossible for it to be the work of chance. But first, take a deep breath. From here on, the questions only get more disturbing. A silent giant. Now we reach the part you might not want to hear at night. Let's talk about what makes 3I Atlas such an uncomfortable enigma. First, the size. Brace yourself. Between 5 and 12 kilometers in diameter. For comparison, the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs was about 10 kilometers. Breathe and think. An interstellar visitor of this magnitude crossing our solar system. Why isn't this in the news every day? But size is not everything. What really causes unease is what it lacks. A tail. Exactly none. No trail of vaporized ice. No dust shining around it. For an object of this scale, coming from so far away, this is like a comet without a signature. A mute giant in the dark. How is this possible? And it doesn't stop there. The orbit of 3I Atlas is another puzzle, it seems. Synchronized, as if it had chosen its path with surgical precision, crossing trajectories near Venus, Mars, and Jupiter. Want to know the odds of this happening by chance? 0.005%. 0.005. That's smaller than winning the lottery multiple times in a row. So tell me, is it really just coincidence, or is there some intelligence behind it? Now imagine a colossal body, tailless, moving along an almost calculated path, coming from who knows where. At this point, you're probably asking, why aren't we sending everything we have to investigate it? Good question. And here comes another part of this story: monitoring strategies. Because, believe me, someone has thought about this. The James Webb Telescope is watching, and there's more. Avi Loeb, the man who dared challenge conventional explanations about ʻOumuamua, has already made a bold proposal to study this object up close. But will anyone listen? Or will we once again let the opportunity slip away? Who is watching whom? After all this, you might wonder, what is science doing in the face of this colossal mystery? Officially very little, but unofficially, the story gets more interesting. The first move came from James Webb, that golden giant that sees the universe like no one else. The team rushed to adjust its instruments. The goal: scan 3I Atlas, 4 gases, sublimation signals, dust clues, any hint that might reveal its true nature. Sounds simple, right? But if it has no tail, If it releases nothing, what will they find? Silence. Then a familiar voice emerges. Avilo. Yes, the same one who challenged conventions with ʻOumuamua. He didn't want to wait. He proposed something bold, using the Juno probe, orbiting Jupiter, to make a detour and approach the object. Imagine this. For the first time, a direct visit to an interstellar traveler, close-up data, real images, concrete answers. Now stop and think. If there is even the slightest chance that this is something beyond the natural, why not seize the opportunity? What could stop us from seeking the truth? But here's the catch. This idea was not embraced enthusiastically, and you'll discover why in the next chapter. Get ready, because the official reaction may be even more intriguing than the object itself. The answer that doesn't answer after all this. You might think space agencies rush to unravel the mystery, right? Well, not exactly. NASA officially classified 3I Atlas as C-2025 Atlas, a comet. That's it. End of story. At least, for them. But wait, a comet with no tail, with an almost impossible synchronized orbit, moving through space as if following instructions. Does that sound like a comet to you? And it doesn't stop there. No mention of using the Juno probe. No bold plan. Just silence. And this leads us to an unavoidable question. Do they know something we don't? Or do they simply not want to look deeper? Think about it. When something of this magnitude enters our solar system, something with the potential to change everything we know, why not do everything possible to study it? Fear? Disinterest? Or is it because the truth might be too big to reveal right now? Meanwhile, 3I Atlas continues its journey. Slow, mysterious, like a giant that does not hurry, yet does not explain itself. Is it just a frozen rock, or the first concrete clue that we are not alone? And the final question I leave you with. When the next visitor appears and will we be ready to face the truth, or will we once again look the other way?